Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Taurus reading, which is happening on the 15th of November. So I just had to check my microphone. I have had a camera that died on me. I mean, a light that died on me. So I'm a little bit anxious about my tech game, which is not my strength. So back to you, Taurus. This is a full moon that is lighting up your understanding, your approach to the world, your ability to share your phenomenal gift of love, aesthetics, beauty, harmony. These are the things that are actively pressuring you to find healthy outlets for, to move towards some kind of success or fulfillment in this area. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below, where I'm featuring a half off sale until the end of the year. So please take advantage of that opportunity if you care to do so. And thank you for being here. I appreciate the support I get from all of you. And your overall energy, the Queen of Wands. So you and Leo are coming out as this confident, magnetic, very attractive energy to others. There's a sense of the fire that quite often is shared with others, that lights up, brings joy to any situation, you holding that in for your own benefit. And this is the way the passion is kind of clarifying what you want and your determination to get that. So you're feeling very motivated and very clear that you are charismatic, that you bring your presence to whatever you do. This attracts the resources that you desire. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity, the way others see you, the Ace of Swords is some truth. Perhaps this is truth about your professional life. This may be some truth about the world that you are living in. This can be about the effort that you're making towards success, towards stability, but this is about understanding your truth better. You may be moving into an environment where you have opportunities to share new ideas, to learn new things that help reveal who you are to yourself in a way that you have never understood before. This is bringing a lot of understanding to the path that you have been traveling and exposing you to not only your ideas, your understanding, but that of others, allowing you to enter into a larger world than before. In the first house, the Knight of Wands is describing your approach right now. And again, you are full of enthusiasm. You're full of the inspiration that you're receiving from your higher self. This is you moving into a space where you are inspiring others. You are generous with your insight, your awareness, with your desire to help others, to cheer them on, to share what it is that you're learning with others in a way that does not set you up as an authority, but rather sets you up as a constant learner, as open to new ideas and learning new ways to do things. This is inspiring to others. In the fourth house, the house of your soul, your family, your foundation, your roots, the 10 of Pentacles is about surrendering. This is an old story that you are releasing. This can be a story about your family of origin, your ancestry, your home, the way that you have been defined by others. You're finally releasing that. You're finally understanding that. And for some of you, there's a sense that you have felt stronger and more self-directed than you are now understanding that you have been. You may have been responding in the past to the way others saw you, almost like a rebellious energy, um, doing things to spite others who have defined you or confined you to a certain lane that you realize you're much larger than. So, as you release these expectations of other people, you're no longer taking on the responsibility to fix or provide for them in some way that had been customary to you, some way that you learned was your job. And you're understanding that that is no longer your responsibility, if it ever was, and that you determine what is best for you, and those that support you are those that are aligned with your goals and values. So this is more about collaborating with others than taking care of them. In the seventh house of your intimate relationships, you have another 10, which is about the change that you're experiencing. This is about a community of loving support. This is about the constellation of your loved ones. This is you recognizing that what is most important to you is not necessarily your personal resources, the things that you own, but it's the way that you share what you have with others that is more and more defining you. This is helping you to get out of a place where you feel alone, you feel solitary, you feel that you have to do everything on you for yourself, by yourself. This is helping you to understand that you're part of a community that loves you and that you love. And you can count who those people are. You know who those people are. There's no guesswork here. But that you're leaning on that more and more, allowing yourself to be loved, supported, and cared for is really altering your sense of who you are and what the world is, the world that you desire, the world that you want to be a part of, that you want to increasingly create for the enjoyment of others. If this reading is resonating with you so far, Taurus, please like this video. Please share this with others and please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is greatly appreciated, and no surprise, I pull pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. That's the part that I think is key for you right now, seeing yourself in everyone. And this seems to point directly to your loved ones, but also to those who you're engaged in the world as you open up to new ideas, new opportunities to learn new things. Your worldview is greatly expanding through your exposure. And seeing yourself and others is part of the healing. It's part of the empathy. It's part of the compassion that you're learning to extend to strangers, not just loved ones who we want to understand, we want to support. It's to others who may rub us the wrong way, who we may identify as enemies or strangers or annoying or as rude or unkind, is actually there being a bond there that you're now able to see because you're seeing beyond the surface in a way that really supports your own deep charisma, your own passion, your own ability to bring joy to a group, to enliven things. You bring so much harmony, beauty, and flair to any situation. This is one of your incredible strengths. And that pride comes from knowing that the world, your entire world, is a part of that. The Knight of Wands in the first house is clarified by the Page of Coins. This is the deeper humility that you are experiencing as a result of your ability to passionately charge forward into new terrain with enthusiasm, passion, strength, excitement. Um, this is the willingness to do the hard work to learn anything new, to open up, to gain the instruction, the training, the information that is necessary, and the humbleness that is required to understand that we don't know everything and that there's no shame in not knowing, that what is the point of pride for you is your desire to learn, to grow, to achieve an understanding, to achieve knowledge, to gain that wisdom. And that requires the willingness to do what you're instructed, what you are led to understand are the necessary steps to take, which are all about work. It's all about work. In the fourth house, the Ten of Wands is clarified by the Page of Swords. In your fourth house, this really is describing the way in which you are letting go of old stories, old ideas about who you are, about your past, about the experiences you've had. You may have looked at those with a sense of burden, with joylessness, with exhaustion, with frustration at trying to figure out what they mean. And in many ways, your growth is being measured in your ability to know what you don't know. You're finally saying, Uncle, I don't understand all this, but I understand enough to know that it does not define me. This is not who I am anymore, if I was ever that. This willingness to say, let me stop and take some notes and look around me and observe others in my environment. How are they coping? What do they do? What am I noticing about the environment that I'm putting myself in to be creative? But this is you humbling yourself, admitting you don't know, and accepting that some things you don't know you can learn about. In the seventh house, the Ten of Cups is clarified by the Emperor. And now the wisdom comes to you that it isn't about controlling others or those things we can't control in the world. It's about the way we control our emotions, how we respond to situations, how we respond to challenges and opportunities. That's where the real mastery comes in. That's where the real ownership comes in, because you're learning how you respond to a situation, how you take up the opportunities is what is defining you, is what is creating your reality. And this is about taking full responsibility for the life you have, understanding that you've made choices, you've moved in a direction that has created what you have. And if you want to expand on that, it appears as though you're taking the steps to grow that experience, to grow that reality that you're now engaging in. This is not about controlling others. This is, again, about controlling yourself. That's what shows maturity. That's what shows wisdom. We don't show all of our hand in every situation. We don't tell everyone everything in any exchange. We know what to hold back and what to contribute. And that is the maturity that you are now exhibiting in your relationships, in your desire to share with others. Because remember, this is the world that you're living in, the world you want to live in, the sharing resources with others. And the Ace of Swords in the 10th house is clarified by the Ten of Cups, the King of Cups. This is a much softer aspect of this incredible maturity. The Emperor talks more about your history, your experiences, what you've learned from your experiences, how you've learned what you can control and what you can't. Whereas the King of Cups is more about having overcome so many difficulties, so many trials, having learned what vulnerability can mean for your own development and growth, you have come to a place of gratitude for even the harshest experiences because you learned something from them. Your failures, your disappointments have all taught you something about who you are. And when we understand that it was only through being vulnerable that we could enter into those learning environments, into those situations where we were willing to give everything, that is true love. And that it didn't always work out only means that you had a lot to learn. And at this point, you recognize that your vulnerability is your strength. Your willingness to risk it all for something you deeply believe in is a strength. It's not a weakness. And this is where your maturity and reflecting this to others, sharing this with others, seeing others experience things similar, and your ability to support that, to stand back dispassionately and not make it about you, to let them share your experience by simply listening to them, is part of this incredible sense of greater emotional control that means I give to myself first, I heal myself first, I listen to myself first, and all flows from there. Others are watching you, they're seeing what you're doing to grow, to change, to share your incredible love even more than you already do, that you naturally do. I'm going to finish up this reading, Taurus, with a flora and fauna of Africa, and out pops the cicada. And the key word here is inner voice. You are transforming into your best self. It's time to re-emerge and use your voice to reconnect with the world around you. Thank you so much for this beautiful reading, Taurus. Until next time, namaste.